Just about anyone can walk into one of these neighborhood vaccination sites like the one I am standing in front of right now. They can get in there, get their shot, walk out with no appointment necessary. It's that easy, and yet the city is still having trouble reaching one of its highly anticipated vaccination milestones. The de Blasio administration had hoped to vaccinate 5 million New Yorkers by June. But it's June 1st, and only 4.3 million New Yorkers have gotten at least one dose.
We had a few family members that passed away. We had a hard few months. And to be honest with you,
they're playing off of your emotions. That's what they're doing. They bring these losers on here, which he's probably lying. They paid him off. Or maybe he's telling the truth. But it's all a play. It's all a movie to these Edomites. You know, once again, they're the princes on the left-hand side. All right, they're just created to use whatever means necessary to get you to go off. Okay, we're princes on the right-hand side.
Has to be done.
I was a little hesitant, but I says, you know what? I didn't hear anything bad, so I was like, you're going to get it.
Now the city's efforts are aimed at reaching neighborhoods with lower vaccination rates. Some people on Staten Island's South Shore sharing with us why they waited until now to get it.
All my family got it, and they basically there was no really major side effects. So what I heard from the earlier with the Johnson & Johnson, so I got scared a little bit from Johnson & Johnson, but this one I feel is going to be great.
It went pretty good. I have a little bit of soreness in my arm, but not too much. It'll probably go away after a few days.
Only about 39% of residents who live in the Tottenville neighborhood have gotten their first shot, and just over 1/3 are fully vaccinated.
For the most part, people are afraid of the new technology and that there might be some long-term side effects.
Dr. James Kenny, Associate Chair of Emergency Medicine at Staten Island University Hospital, says community outreach teams are working to educate people throughout the borough. He also says it's important for physicians to sit down with their patients to answer any questions they may have about the vaccine.
It's my experience in treating COVID patients since the beginning. COVID is an unpredictable and malicious killer.
All right. I want to say Kohole Hawel by Shimi Hawashai by Shima Kakadash, Brakti Hawel, Brakti Hawashai, Brakta Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles in Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to my fellow disciples, my fellow Akim, Lord Hopeful Elect. Alright, so you see the name of the video. New York City vaccinations are slowing down. Alright, I'm going to pull up some scriptures. Woe to them, this is Isaiah chapter 31 verse 1. Alright, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither they seek the Lord Yahweh. Alright, that's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to move on to Leviticus chapter 28. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor put any marks upon you. I am Yahweh. That's talking about the, when you look at those Hamites, right? They make cuttings on their flesh for the dead. But that's any cutting, man. Any incisions in your flesh, man. Alright, this needle, it has to cut your flesh. When you're poked and you're stabbed, it has to, breach the outer layer of your skin, man. So, you should not take it, man. Obviously, it's a commandment. So really, there's no argument here. But you're not gonna see the news. I mean, this is plain, man. I mean, just go to Leviticus 19:28. Any vaccinations are easily cut short. Going down to the 31st verse. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am Yahweh, thy power, your power. Which once again, I mean, this whole thing is complete witchcraft. When you look into the word sorceries, in the Greek, it's pharmakia, pharmacy, which goes into sorcery, which goes into drugs, man. This thing is the same thing as a drug. It goes into your body and it messes with your cells. That's gene therapy. All right. Next, we're going to go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. we have to hold fast to this truth. This truth is good. I just completely destroyed the whole notion. We just completely destroyed the whole notion of taking the vaccine by using the scriptures, which it really isn't me. It's the spirit that's within me, that got me to, go through and look for that chapter. And of course, this great millstone, the elders and apostles and disciples on down, who told me and were able to bring me into this truth. Of course, being pushed by the spirit. But we've already proven. I read. I'll tell you, when I first was got into this truth, I got into this truth maybe like 2 years ago, like maybe 1 year ago, maybe like early 2020 when this pandemic first came out is when I heard about the whole Israelite thing. Back then I was still in the world. I was watching maybe AOC, with that guy General Hashar, which he's on point with a lot of things, but he's just not at the same level as the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, But reading all those papers, we saw that this thing it's real, but it's controlled by the Lord, because back when I was in the world, man, where I was really trying to figure my way out in this truth, and I went to the house parties and things like that with my family, birthdays and shit, and by their logic, I should be swimming in COVID, and also by their logic, right? Because I read other papers about how the thing is airborne and it can travel miles. If that's the case, I should just open my door and I should be dead. Actually, I should be dead right now, but I'm not. So how do you explain that? It's divine, all right? Because some people can get it, and some people can get fucked, and other people can get it, and other people can get fine, okay? And some people just don't get it. So I don't hear about the elders and apostles worrying about some damn fucking baloney virus, all right? I don't hear them. I don't hear them saying, "Oh, I tested positive," bro. No, man, I never heard anyone say that in a Great Millstone camp, and they're out there on the highways and byways teaching. Which hopefully, once I'm done reading the scriptures, when I'm done reading the scriptures, finish reading like the entirety of the book, and I'm able to break things down, or if I get lucky and I'm blessed to find an elder around my area, yeah, I'll be able to hit those highways and byways, man. Moving on. This is Matthew chapter 6. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came up and tempting, desired him he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered Yahushua and said unto, no, my bad. The Pharisee said, when is evening? No, this is Yahushua. Okay. He answered and said unto them, when is evening you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern signs of the times? And those Pharisees and Sadducees, they're back on this earth, man, in the same exact way they were back then. They could tell you about the moon and the stars. They could tell you about everything, right? But they can't tell you if the pokey poke is lawful. Which, once again, if you want to prove that it's not lawful, you really, you got this scripture. This is, I don't believe this is the mark, the whole abomination, right? The MOB, which we're not saying that word anymore. Apostle Tahar, he made a video about that. We're not saying that word anymore because we'll get the videos taken down, and we don't want that. Right? But we believe that that's a precursor, so that's why I didn't bring it up. It's a precursor to this, MOB that's going to be brought out pretty soon. But that tells you right there. That's basic, and that's coming from who you consider a beginner. I'm a noob, and I was able to get that. All right. This is Matthew chapter 18, verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. All right, so we're gonna go to the, the Blue Letter Bible app. We'll look at this, and you see that the word offend. Hold on. All right, you go there, you see the word offend. I mean, scandalizo.
Strong's G 4624. Scandalizo. Scandalizo.
Scandalizo. Alright, so let's read it. To put a stumbling block or impediment in the way upon which another may trip and fall, to offend, to entice to sin, to cause a person to begin to distrust and desert one whom he ought to trust and obey. The Yahweh, right? Cause to fall away, to be offended in one, to see in another what I disapprove of, and what hinders me from acknowledging his authority. To cause one to judge unfavorably or unjustly of one another. Since one who stumbles or whose foot gets entangled feels annoyed, to cause one displeasure at a thing, to make indignant, to be displeased, indignant. Yep. Figuratively stumble or to entice to sin, apostasy, displeasure. Which that's what this government is doing. And that's true. It's better for them to be lynched by a great millstone and drowned, to have their neck broken off, because their judgment is going to be very severe, because they've offended the little ones. They've caused our brothers to go off, to entice our brothers to sin. They got our people, the hopeful elect, which I hope and pray that I'm one of them. They got me to celebrate birthdays. They got me all fucking confused and thinking that birthdays are right, thinking that fucking college is the right way to go, right? All these things got me to fucking go off into sin, into be in sin, all right? And I'm gonna pay them back for it. We're all gonna pay them back for it, all right? And I was also talking about you wicked Israelite camps out there, man. Which, man, I hope you guys get right. But I've already seen some of your videos saying that the vaccine is okay, that you can go ahead and get vaccinated. I mean, I've seen videos of IUIC just going ahead and getting vaccinated. All right, I mean, once again, this right here, they're in complete violation of Leviticus chapter 19 verse 28, as well as 31. And if you'll take the the poke, what else will you take, man? Will you if they create like a cyborg robotic arm or something, an implant, right? They take your arm off and they give you a new arm, and they can like cast holograms or something. Or if they can take your legs off and give you new robotic legs that can make you jump higher and run faster, are you gonna go ahead and take that? That's the question. All right, all blessings, honor and glory be to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's all I got. Shalom.